Hello, hello. Martin is having technical issues. So I signed in as him so that everybody could join and know. Miss Margie, how are you?
Good morning. Doing very well, thank you.
Good. Do your new fans look good?
Pardon?
Do the new ceiling fans look good?
Did the new?
Your ceiling fans.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Good.
I took the others up to Eldon to Habitat for Humanity. So.
Oh, perfect. They will utilize those, I'm sure.
And Marina is taking one of them. So I need to put that in the car today.
Well, good. We can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
Oh, now we can.
Yeah, sorry, I'm having some intermittent internet issues here in Jeff City. So Elise, if I end up breaking up and freezing and logging out, can you kind of take whatever we're talking about and run with it with everybody as best you can?
Okay.
Okay, excellent.
Does this
All right.
fall into the I'm in the will, if you die, I get your role?
I'm sorry?
Does this fall into the if you die, I get to be you?
Yeah, good news, everyone. I put it in my will that if something happens to me, Elise is the team leader. So she said there's going to be some changes around here.
Yeah, horses everywhere.
She's going to fix all my mistakes. So, all right. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Take Command of Your Business. Thank you for joining us. I certainly want to encourage everyone, and Elise, maybe we need to do a remind on these things or share out. Guys, we're doing this every morning at 9 a.m., and it's not just about learning the tech, even though there's tons of it we need to learn, but it's about talking about how to utilize the tools you're being given to grow your business. And that is, that's what we all want to do. We all want to grow our business. We want to sell more real estate. We want to capture more deals. We want to capture more clients, more market share. And we certainly believe at Keller Williams, we don't operate from a scarcity mindset. We believe there's plenty of real estate to go around. At the Lake of the Ozarks, there's over 70,000 individual properties, right? So and there's 1,000 agents. So every agent could take 70 transactions a year if they all, so there's plenty to go around. And the way that we find that business, it's all about, are we lead generating? And, we talk a lot in other trainings about easy buttonitis. And what happens when things are going good and things get easy, it's easy to say, well, I don't need to lead generate. I don't need to worry about reaching out to my circle because, hey, man, if I drive down the street with a realtor sticker on, somebody goes, hey, sell me a house, and times are easy. And so we forget that. When times get a little tough and the shift happens, and that's exactly what we're facing now is a bit of a shift in the market. That's when the people that undertake the fundamentals are going to have a lot of success. And Command is structured, our technology is structured in such a way to help you undertake the fundamentals in less time with more organization. So what I want to talk about today is I had a really interesting conversation with Margie Stafford yesterday, and I knew Margie would be on here this morning because she is the least we need like t-shirts that say I'm a Take Command warrior. And Margie needs to get one. I believe she's probably an extra small. And we need to get her a t-shirt because she is on here every Friday and she is always diving in and trying to learn and working through mistakes. And so the conversation I had with Margie, who's been in the real estate business 20 years, Margie, 30 years. I mean, just long time, tons of experience. She's seen the ups, the downs. She's been a high level realtor for a long time. Margie said, it was as simple as reaching out and sending an email to all my past clients about the market, and I got a lead. And right now is that time, right? I had a conversation in a training on Tuesday with the Branson Group about when Command launched. Gary Keller came out and said, you guys don't know where anybody's houses are. You don't have a database. You have an email list, and there's a difference, right? So one of the things we need to focus on is the fundamentals of if Elise is my client, or I think Elise is my client, Do I know where Elise's house is? Because if I don't even know where her house is, how am I going to help? How am I going to be her real estate expert? I don't know anything about her real estate, right? It's great that on my Facebook, I ask her what kind of side dish she likes at Thanksgiving, but I never bothered to find out where her house was and look at the market and keep her informed on her real estate investment. And that's really what it is. Your real estate is your biggest investment. So I would ask, I'm sure some of you folks that are on here with us have an investment account, right? You have a financial advisor, you do it yourself, or someone does it for you. But every month you get a statement, right? And it tells you how's your investments doing, what's the market doing, what's everything going on. Well, guys, the biggest investment in almost every person's life is their home. And you are their real estate advisor. And if you want to make yourself their expert that has their mind share and gets their deal and gets their referrals, you need to be sending them a statement, right? You need to be letting them know what's going on with their real estate market. So today what we're going to talk about is how do we do that? How do we get our people? And I'll guarantee you, NAR statistics teach us that everyone knows about 4 transactions every year. And if you think about it, that's true. Karen Schulte probably has a nephew that got married and bought a house, and Susan, a niece that got married and bought a house, and Susan probably knows somebody whose kids graduated and went off to college, and now they're empty nesters, and they say, wow, we don't need 5 bedrooms. Let's downsize, right? And so before you know it, we're in a situation where if we just focused on the 100 people closest to us, if you just took the 100 people closest to you, you're one person away from 4 transactions with each of those people. So in theory, you're one person away from 400 transactions. Now, 400 transaction guys, we'd be having, if all of you got 400 transactions, we'd be having this Zoom meeting on one of your yachts. We'd be sitting there while your butler brought us mimosas, and we'd be talking about the real estate business, right? I mean, that's the difference, and we're so close. And what we need to do is, instead of casting this wide net all the time, which, you got to have some marketing to go capture new clients, we also need to focus on how do we take our allied resources, our 100 most people that are closest to us, that want to see us succeed, that want to help us with referrals and business, and how do we stay in touch with them, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen here, as we do on these days. And I'm going to pull up my command, and you can see I'm here on the home page. Everybody see that good? Okay. So what we need to talk about today is smart plans, right? Let's find a way to use our technology to still have some easy button to it, right? But to also be purposeful with what we're doing, right? And we're going to go from deal catchers to deal finders, right? There's a big difference between somebody who's just waiting on a deal to fall out of the deal tree and hit them in the head, and somebody who plants a deal tree and nurtures a deal tree and prunes a deal tree. And just for the record, there's no such thing as a deal tree. So I know that. All right, but it's, hypothetical. So what we're going to do today is let's imagine that Elise is she's in my sphere of influence, right? She's in my top 100. I'm getting a little feedback there, so you guys don't worry if I mute you. Don't take offense. You can unmute yourself. I'm just trying to keep the feedback down. All right, so let's imagine that I'm working my 100-person sphere, right? And Elise is within that prime group of my have-mets. Well, how am I going to start engaging with her on a high level, right? Because that's where 4 transactions could come to me throughout the year if I just have Elise, because Elise loves me, right? I left my job to Elise in my will, so she's loves Martin. She wants to help his real estate business, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in. I'm going to make sure that Elise is in my contacts. Okay. Elise, are you in my contacts?
Probably not.
You are not. Okay, excellent. So I'm going to make sure that Elise is in my contacts. So I'm going to add her, and I'm going to add her as Elise Jenkins. All right.
You spelled it wrong.
I did. Which part?
Jinkens.
Jinkens.
Yeah.
Y'all spelled it wrong. Okay. So What's your email address, Elise?
elise.jenkins@kw.com.
And I assume it's spelled Jinkens.
Yeah,
Okay. Funny how that works. And what's your phone number, Elise?
573
573
284
284
5789.
5789. Okay. And she's in my database now, but is that really all I need? What am I missing there?
Well, you should tag it.
I should tag it. Okay. So I'm going to tag it as maybe my, what, inner circle?
Sure.
Now you can call it whatever you want. Tag it how your brain likes to organize things. So I know Miss Margie prefers hers to be in alphabetical order by last name, right? So that's a beauty of command. We can tag things and do things that fit kind of the way we want to look at our business, okay? So I'm going to tag her as my inner circle. She's one of my allied resources, and those are red hot potential leads. So I'm going to color it red. Now, I'm going to add some more information here because this is the key. Where does Elise live? What's your address, Elise?
31139. The first one.
All right. So now I've added her address, okay? So now I've got about, I could do a relationship. So say I had her fiance in my contacts, I can connect them. I can put in her birthday. Elise, what's your birthday?
August 27th.
August 27th. And guys, I'm going to show you why this matters here in a minute. You know, it's important to not just
27.
August 27th. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
My brother's the 28th. All right. And so let's all take a minute to not like Elise. What year were you born in?
93.
Yeah. I was in high school.
So was David. It's okay.
Anyways, okay. All right. And Elise, when did you buy your house?
Last October.
Okay. October.
I don't have a date.
Oh. Can you guys still see me? Because the internet just did a,
Yeah.
okay. It just dumped out on me. All right. Let's see if that's saved in here. No. Okay. So we're going to do it again real quick. Sorry about that. We're having some intermittent internet issues. I noticed a couple people have bounced off and bounced back on. I don't know if that's your computer or mine. If it's the internet, I apologize. I'm on the KW JC Wi-Fi, yeah. All right. Give me your phone number again, Elise, real quick.
573 284 5789.
789. Okay. All right. I'm going to tag her as inner circle. There you go. So it did save the tag I created at least. And I'm going to add some more information real quick about her. So tell me that address again.
31139.
Highland Road. Okay. And her birthday is August 27th, 1993. I have t-shirts older than you.
Yeah?
Yes.
You should update your wardrobe.
I'm sorry, you're breaking up. You're muted. I can't hear you, Elise. All right, so I'm going to go into Elise's contact card now. And so here we go. Now you can see Elise works with me, so we put coaching sessions on my calendar, and my Google Calendar is synced. So when I put an appointment with Elise on my calendar, it pulls into my command so that I can see what's going on with Elise, right? Now, she, because I put her address in, has been added to the Lake Ozark neighborhood. Now, guys, the neighborhood nurtures, they're not a CMA. It's not designed to drill down on the current comps. It's not designed to replace a CMA. What it's designed to do is to give Elise some general information about her real estate market so that she can understand what's going on with her investment and to drive her to contact me to dig in deeper, okay? So what I want to do now is I want to talk about smart plans. So a smart plan is the Command Easy button, right? It's how we set up the technology to talk to our people for us, right? To help us touch our people for us. A well-worked database with 100 names that you touch 36 times, it could throw off tons of business, but you got to touch them those 36 times. So what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to put her on a smart plan. So the first smart plan that I'm going to add her to is going to be a neighborhood nurture, a monthly neighborhood nurture email, okay? That is going to send her an email about her neighborhood, listings, what the houses are doing, what they're listing for, how long they're staying on the market, how many of them are out there. It's not going to replace a CMA because not all boards of realtors and not all states release sold data. So it can't always give us comps, but it can certainly give us the 100-foot up view of what's going on in her neighborhood. So I'm going to select her monthly neighborhood nurture. When do I want to start it? I'm going to start it immediately. Okay, that's right. I don't have a Twilio account, so I don't have automatic text messages. I confirm it, and now she's been added. All right. So here in my timeline, in a second, it's going to pop up and say you added her to a monthly neighborhood nurture smart plan, and it's going to show you what's going on there. Now, once a month, Elise is going to get an email from me giving her kind of a statement about the real estate market that she owns property in. So it's going to give her an awareness of what's going on. So this is going to help her to be ingrained to me every month. Now, if you haven't done this yet and you want to test it out, I encourage everyone, and I say this almost every Friday. Hold on. I say this almost every Friday. Create a test dummy account. Go in there, name them Mr. Test Dummy, give them your spam email address, give them a fake phone number, and put them on a monthly neighborhood nurture and see what it looks like when it comes to you, right? Now, what other smart plans do you think I should add her to? She's in my top 100. Anybody? Anybody? Okay, let's go down through the list. What do I need to be doing? I need to be calling everybody in my inner sphere at least once a quarter. So a quarterly call plan, right? I'm going to select that one and I'm going to say, put her on a quarterly call plan. And how is this going to work, right? What are the touches? Well, every quarter it's going to tell you, hey, give them a phone call, check in, and then it's going to wait 90 days and it'll tell you again. Now we're going to show you where all this comes, how it all comes to fruition, right? So I've got her on those. I'm going to add her to one more. I'm going to add her to my birthday plan, right? I'm going to select that one. It's going to show me what the touch tasks are, and it's going to confirm it. So now we know that we need to touch our inner circle 36 times a year. And when we say that, a lot of times our brain goes, oh my gosh, I got to call somebody 3 times a month and bug the snot out of them. No, absolutely not. And we're gonna go through this and look at our touches. Elise, you had a question.
Did you want to give me the ability to share my screen real quick? It actually sent me that neighborhood nurture immediately.
Oh, all right. You know what? Let's finish this thought, and then yes, we will show them what it looked like. Great idea.
Margie had a question. What about holiday messages?
Absolutely, Margie. That's exactly where I'm going with this. Is guys, it's an unlimited amount. Now, what we don't have yet is a custom built smart plan. So Margie, I'm gonna put a pin in your question. I'm gonna go to the next step, finish this thought, then we're gonna go over and we're gonna address exactly what Margie's talking about. Okay. So we're gonna hold that one here in the chat for a second. So now I need to touch them 36 times. I've now got Elise in here. I've got 12 touches from my monthly neighborhood nurture. I've got 4 touches from my quarterly call plan. And I've got 1, 2, let's see. Oh, I'm sorry, I opened the wrong one. And I've got 4 touches from my birthday plan, right? And it'll even tell you when you cursor over, you can see send a handwritten note. Get you a little birthday card, slap a stamp on it. Hey, happy birthday, right? Wait a few days, give them a call. Hey, want to make sure you got my card. Happy birthday. Can't believe you're 1 year younger. You know, Karen Schulte, you never age a day. I don't know how you do it, right? Then a quick post on your Facebook, right? Using Facebook. These people in your inner circle, your 100 people, they're going to be your friends, right? These are people. And then a quick text. So just by setting them up on these smart plans, we found a way to get 12 plus 4 plus 4. We're at 20 touches. We're at 20 touches with just these easy steps, okay? And the beauty of it is you don't have to remember to do this. The monthly neighborhood nurture emails are going to go out for you, all right? The other steps, like actually calling the person, Kelly is going to pop up and say, hey, today you need to call Elise and Uriah and Margie and whoever else because, you know, this is who you've set on the thing. So Kelly is going to tell you it's going to be in your task list. All you have to do is open your command every day, and there will be what you need to do that day to be purposeful, to build your business, to take command of your lead generation. And what that'll do is it'll give you back so much time. You'll log in, you'll see you got 6 people to call today. You make those 6 calls. If you do that every day, you're putting them on the smart plan, you're doing what you're supposed to, the business will come, right? Ask Margie, ask anyone that's been in the real estate business. They'll tell you consistent touching of your people will result in leads being generated for you for your business, right? So we've already got 20 touches, just boom, knocked out. It took me 10 minutes to put her in and to set her up on these touches, right? So that's a pretty successful thing. Now, I want to go and let me double check the chat here. That's right. You can also use amcards.com. Those are good if you don't want to handwrite birthday cards, but you want a card sending system, things like that. And if you want holiday messages, etc. Now, Margie, what we're going to do is we're going to go back to your question. What about holiday messages? This is where command is great because I'm going to go down here to my actual smart plans now. And you can see a library of the smart plans they've already created for us. Open house follow-up, app promotion, home anniversary, bi-weekly neighborhood nurture. A bi-weekly neighborhood nurture might be someone that said, you know, we're thinking about selling in the next 6 months. You might say, hey, listen, I'm going to put you on a little bi-weekly email, kind of just keep you updated on how things are going so that and what that'll do is it'll not only help you stay top of mind, but it'll help set expectations with your clients about what their house is going to price for. All right. You can see the long-term nurture. You can see the midterm nurture, right? All these different touches and steps that you can put them on. New contact engagement, birthday, monthly neighborhood nurture. Now, what I don't see in here, obviously, and I'm sure you guys don't see it either, is what Margie was asking about. What about holiday messages? Well, here's what's great. I can go into my smart plans and I can create one, right? So I can say holiday messages. Oh, well, that's probably not how you spot holiday. There you go. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create one. All right. And what do I want to do? Do I want, I know I don't have a Twilio account. Do I want to touch them? Do I want to handwrite cards, or would I like command to just send them a holiday email? Right. Well, probably what you need to do is you need to set up if you think about it, because we're putting them on smart plans at different times of year, what you need to do is probably set up a touch task for a holiday that's every month and keep it pretty general, right? So you can say, create task. What's your task? Holiday messages. All right. Send everyone because there's a holiday every month, right? There's Labor Day, Memorial Day, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter, Mother's Day, Father's Day, 4th of July. I mean, there's something every month, right? So holiday, what kind of task? Send a holiday greeting to everyone, all right? Or send a holiday, how about send this month's holiday message. Now, I can tell you right now, I would guess that one of the reasons they have not built this smart plan is twofold. First of all, because everyone, like if I meet Uriah at an open house and I'm putting Uriah in my database today and I start him on a smart plan today, but step one is a Happy New Year, Happy New Year message, that doesn't make any sense if that comes this month, right? Also, I would guess there's 170,000 Keller Williams agents all around the world. Different regions, different countries, different people celebrate different holidays. And it might be tough to craft one holiday message smart plan, but we can build it ourselves, right? And I can say, send this month's holiday message to remind me of what to do. Remember, it's not about making it where it does everything for you. It's about making it where it helps you do what you need to do to run your business at a high level without taking all day, every day to do it, right? So send this month's holiday message. Now I need to set a delay. What's my delay going to be? Well, I guess I'm going to delay 30 days. And then I'm going to restart the flow. And what that's going to do, unlimited, is essentially every 30 days, it's going to remind me to send this month's holiday message to anybody that I put on it. So you could have it just on one and it would pop up and you could remember to send it to all, or you could put everybody on it and you could send it. Because remember, what we're talking about today is our inner circle, right? We're not talking about sending it out to the 10,000 people that we somehow have accumulated their names and their email addresses. We're talking about these are people you need to be in close contact with. So when I was an agent, one of the things we did was anyone in my inner circle and anyone that had bought or sold a house with me, I would send them out a little gift. Every holiday, every month we had a holiday themed little gift, and it was cheap. I mean, we had a whole system where we kept it under $5 and we put it in, if it fits, it ships boxes where we knew the fixed postage amount. And so for Father's Day, we might send packs of grill marinade and lemonade mix. And for Mother's Day, we might send a sweet little card and little note thanking, grateful to mothers with some little trinket. At Christmas or at Halloween, we'd send out some candy. At Easter, we'd send out Easter eggs. There's going to be some things that you have to undertake to run your business. But if you'll do these things, it will make a difference. Now, I will give you a side note. My admin, and I am totally blaming it on her because it was her fault. My admin at the time, a couple of times messed up the weight on the postage, and we sent them out not knowing that, and a bunch of people got postage due, right? And they had to go to the post office and spend like $1.70 to get the gift out. And I actually had some people call and yell at me about having to spend $1.70 to get my stupid thing out of their mailbox. And I had to write a bunch of little $1.70 checks. So if you're going to do it, make sure you get the postage right. Pro tip there. All right. To learn from my mistakes, make sure you get the postage right, because writing $1.70 and $1.40 checks for an hour is a pain in the tushy. Okay. So, all right. So Margie, there you go. This is how we address the holidays. So now I'm going to save it. All right. And now I'm going to go back in because I've created my plan. So I'm going to go back to Elise. And I'm going to say, all right, let's put her on another smart plan. Let's add her to my holiday messages plan. Yep, that'll work. Confirm, confirm. All right. So now in just a few minutes, I have put my contact in and I have set her up with, this is one touch every month. So it'll be 12. This is one touch every month. So it'll be 12. That's 24, right? Now I've got my monthly or my quarterly call plan, which is going to be another 4. So that's 28. And I've got my birthday plan, which is another 4. That's 32 touches. So in just a few minutes, we've created a situation where my contact is going to get touched by me 32 times throughout this year for various different reasons. And none of these are, hey, let me sell your house. Hey, these are all just staying in touch, building that relationship, keeping up. Now you mix in some social media posts, some broader touch things. maybe the occasional text message, and it's so easy to get to 36 touches, right? Because we can assume our social media post, if you're posting a few times a month, you can call that a touch. So, it's a touch is not always a hard phone call. Sometimes it's about just staying top of mind and owning the mind share. So questions around that. Uriah, you got any questions around it? No? Is this helpful? Yeah. I have an agent actually in person with me, so I actually have somebody to watch along. Right, we're for those of you that don't know, starting in September, we are going back to some in-person training opportunities. They won't be mandatory. If anyone's uncomfortable, please don't come in. We want to still do safety. We're going to try to do mask and sanitizer and spacing. I mean, we're going to limit class size. If you're coming, you better get there early, because we'll probably, we won't be able to just cram everybody into the room, but we are going to try to do some in-person, because I know it's easier to learn some of this stuff in an in-person setting. So question popped into the chat. So for birthdays, 2 names under contacts. Margie, give me a little bit more on that question.
While she's typing that, I noticed that we could connect MailChimp to it, but I sent something out for an agent that I connected their MailChimp to it, and it didn't show up in command. So I'm thinking for that touch to show up in command, you have to do it through the bulk action through command.
Well, yeah. So if you're doing a bulk mailing type thing, you have to do a bulk action. That's right. If now if these smart plans like the neighborhood nurture should go out through command email, it should register that it went out.
Well, I noticed that like Tiffany has PySync connected, so it automatically imports the people that she emails when they're a new contact. And as long as she's emailing them from her actual email account, that contact shows up in command. It doesn't matter if it's a business email or if it's done through command or what.
Okay. All right. So Margie gave me a little more information on it. That's good info, Elise. Margie gave me a little more on her. So you have each name under contacts. Mr. and Mrs. Jenkins own the property, separate contact information. Absolutely. Right. So normally, and this isn't always, I mean, like my parents, they use one email address. If you're going to send my stepdad something, you're sending it to my mom. And if you're sending my mom something, you're sending it to my stepdad, because they share one email address. So there are going to be people that do that. But on the whole, that's a great question. So Margie says, what if we have a Mr. and Mrs.? So let's go back. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Elise. And here's Elise Jenkins. Let me exit this little screen here. And I'm going to go and edit her information. And I'm going to add a relationship. Where is the relationship button? Marcus leads, additional contact information, preferred method of contact, additional.
It's at the top under my name.
Is it? Oh, there you go. I'm sorry. Add relationship. So it says select somebody, and he is David
Lloyd, L-O-Y-D.
Well, for this thing, we're talking about a Mr. and Mrs. already, so we're going to assume he's David Jenkins. He's Mr. Jenkins. Y'all are millennials. He'll take your name, I'm sure.
No, he won't.
So, all right, he's not in here, right? So I need to add him, and I can add him, and that's the name of it. Or what I can do is I can go in and create his contact, because they're each individual people. So I'm going to add him as David Jenkins. And what's a dummy email for him?
I don't know, make one up.
Right? Why not?
We could do G Ashford Jr. at Gmail. We could give him Gerald's.
And we'll say his phone number is 214-534-9617. That's actually the phone number of a great landscape company in North Texas if you need one. All right. and his address is going to be the same as hers. All right. So it's going to be 31139. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to create that contact. Now, when I go to Elise and I add the relationship, he's going to be there. David. Oh, that's not David Jenkins. There you go. All right. So now he is connected. Okay. So I'm going to save that. So now the question was, will it go to both of them? No, you'd have to set David up on his own smart plan. But understand that if you're dealing with a couple situation, you don't have to set them both up on a smart plan, because if I'm touching Elise, I'm touching Elise and David, right? So when I send my cards, when I send my messages, my handwritten notes, things like that, I'll send them to both couple. But if you want to start David on his own smart plan, you absolutely can. It couldn't hurt to touch them both 36 times a year, right? That just ups the odds that you're staying top of mind in that couple's mind share. Great question though, Margie. All right, other questions? What about you, big guy?
No, I have none as regards to this.
Okay. All right. So we've got our people on our smart plans, and over here on our task list, and this is the last thing we're going to show them. We're going to show you what it looks like in Elise's email. Now my tasks are here. I have a quarterly call with Elise Jenkins, and I need to send a holiday message to her, right? The other place it's going to be is it's going to show up over here when it's due. So when I come to my front page, it's going to be here. And tomorrow morning, Kelly's going to pop up and tell me, hey, these are the tasks you're dragging. You got to get these done. So once we get them set up on it, our technology is going to help you stay on top of it and remember who you're supposed to contact, what you're supposed to do with it, and the why of it all. All right? Questions, ahas, feedback around that? No? Okie dokie. If you have one and you're typing, go ahead and type, and we're going to, we'll watch the chat. I am going to make you the host, Elise. All right, so show us what the email looks like when they get the neighborhood nurture. Oh, hold on. There's a question in the chat. Oh, Margie says good information. Thank you, Miss Margie. All right, so you can see my terrible marketing headshot there. Sorry about that. I had to make it very zoomed in because we're actually at a wedding and my drunk best friend is like right here trying to photobomb me. So I had to, but it was the only good selfie I had. All right, so it shows our neighborhood trends, right? So Elise gets this email from me and it tells her what homes are for sale, what they're listed for. Go back up for me, Elise. It's going to tell us average days on market, average list price per square foot, average sold price per square foot. It's going to give us as much data as it can pull in. It's not always going to be 100% accurate because it's going to be a moving thing depending on what the boards release, etc. But when she clicked it, now it takes it into my snapshot. It creates a landing page. Now, you can see the double listings. This is not a flaw with command. The command is working right. The problem is at the Lake of the Ozarks, there are 2 boards of realtors that share one MLS. Well, the company that provides the MLS mapping for our website feeds, it's done by board. So they don't, the computer doesn't realize it's pulling the same MLS from Bagnell Dam that it's pulling from Lake of the Ozarks. It thinks it's pulling just both boards' MLS feeds, which it is. It just happens to be that we share one. We've reached out to them. We're still trying to get it fixed. But as we all know at the lake, the 2 boards of realtors, getting them to work together and getting everything smoothed out is tougher than it seems. So don't worry, this is not a problem. It's just, this is what it is. It's just both boards feed in. but it'll show you some general information, what's going on within here.
I really wish this was an actual comparable for my house, this almost $2 million home here.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. You got a 2 million and a 42,000. That shows you the diversity of the neighborhoods. And guys, that's why I say, do not, don't think of this as a substitute for a CMA. Think of this as just good information to keep them engaged and asking questions. Now, Margie puts in the chat, would this give you condo info as well? How is the area determined, as well as residential single family homes? So the way that this data feeds, Margie, is from a couple of different sources. Now, obviously the Keller Cloud and the KWLS pulls in listings from Keller Williams agents and things like that. So it knows the Keller data, but it also takes the neighborhood app data. It's the Nextdoor app. And so if you have a listing, encourage your seller to create a neighborhood in the Nextdoor app, because every time we create a neighborhood, it improves our data. So it's taking the Nextdoor neighborhood data feed, well, with the MLS feed from different sources. Now, Elise, if you'll go back to that, scroll down for me for a second. So if you'll go back to the landing page, Elise, so go ahead and click on that. You'll see that there's a listing for a condo complex in here. Oh, sorry. All right. And Margie types in, I see it now, both resident. All right. Yes, ma'am. There you go. So it does do that. All right. So exit out of that for me, Elise.
Both links on there take you to the same landing page.
Right. Both links will take you to the same landing page. So exit out. Well, no, show me your email. Show me the landing page again. I meant just take us out of that.
Well, it's thinking about its life decisions.
All right. So scroll down to the bottom. And you can see the key here is it's sending them all my legal information. It's branded with this is my Texas license number and team name. It's got my phone. It's got my office number, my email, and it's got the ever important contact capture, right? So I'm going to get a name, email, phone number, comments if they want to talk about more. If they fill this out, Elise, go ahead and fill that out real quick.
Oh. I don't know, take one.
573-295-7573. Everything okay? And then comment, say hello. All right, so she's going to reach out now. Hit send. Your message has been sent. Okay, so Elise, go back to the email for one quick second. You can see it's branded. It's got the links. Go down and scroll down for me. It's got my information down at the bottom. It's got my legal and all that. So it's all covered up for you. All I had to do was set her on this. I didn't have to build anything except, fill out my marketing profile in Command, make sure that was set up. All right. So Elise, turn it back over to me here. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to share my phone with you. And let me go screen mirroring here. All right. So now look at that. Lead form notification. Kelly pops up on my phone and lets me know, hey, somebody just put in a lead. Somebody just asked for more information. So I stopped sharing that and I'm going to share my screen now. When I go into Command, there's a lead form notification, right? So I can go to it and say, what happened? Jane Doe. All right. and it has her note for me. It has the info she entered. Everything's great. So now this new person came in. What do I want to do? Well, I want to reach out and give her a call. Hey, Jane, it's Martin from Keller Williams. I noticed that you had some interest in the email I sent you. What property were you interested in? Right? Such a simple process. And if you just have them set on those neighborhood nurtures, they can reach out. Anyone that you interact with, you could put them on this. Everyone, you know, it's, if you don't know exactly where their house is, but somebody was looking in the Osage Beach area, set them up on an Osage Beach neighborhood nurture. You know, it's just like the MLS feed, but we've all been agents where somebody's thinking of buying, and we go to the MLS and we put them on a drip campaign, and we say, okay, well, we'll send you any new listings, right? And then we just let the MLS email them any new listings that come up. And if we're doing what we're trained to do, we're calling and saying, hey, Margie, did you see that new listing that popped up? Yeah, that really fits your needs, et cetera. But most of us, we're just waiting for the MLS to bait the hook for us, right? Well, with Keller, it's going to help you with the command tech. It's going to help you engage more through your emails, right? They're going to get more personalized stuff. And once again, you're going to work all within here. Okay. So not bad to put them on an MLS feed, but it's not doing that consistent branded marketing, right? So we want to utilize all of our tools. So questions, ahas, anything you want me to dig in on this, and like all good Command Friday classes, the time has flown by. It's already almost 9:50. I love it when we're doing a really great topic, because it just, you know, it's so awesome. And then you look up and you're like, wow, the time's gone. Questions, ahas, etc. And we'll give everybody a moment to type if you're typing. Thank you all for being on with us this morning, if I haven't already said that. What I should do for best practices is I should set her up on an 8x8, right, to capture a new client. So if this was a new client, Miss Jane Doe, when I'm going to start it, I'm going to start it now. All right. First thing is a text. You know, now it gives you a suggested script. You don't have to use it, right? It's just a suggestion. If you don't know what to say something, you know. But instead, hey, Jane, this is Martin with Keller Williams. Got your note that you're interested in some more information about Lake Ozarks property. When would be a good time to talk, now or later on this afternoon?
Can
right?
you show where you go to leave yourself a note about what we talked about? Like, can
Okay,
you show
sure.
it in the Kelly app too? That way.
Absolutely. So here's my timeline, right? Add an activity. Now, if I have her on a smart plan, it's going to log those activities for me. But let's assume I don't, and she came in and I just reached out and gave her a call. I can note in my activities, did I give her a call? Did I give her a text? Shot her a text, you know. Hello, text. Trying to set a time to talk by phone. So I'm going to save that, and now it shows it. So what happens is I send her a text. I don't hear back from her for a couple days, and then she texts me, and I pull up my computer and go in. I can say, oh, yeah, that's right. I sent her the hello text, and this is what was going on, right? So that's how you do it. You can also go over here to notes if you just want to add a note like, you know, kids, Joey, Janie, and Xavier. We'll go with weird names. So I'm going to save it. So now, after talking to Jane and remembering all this stuff, when I'm working with her down the stretch, or maybe when I'm getting ready for that quarterly phone call, I can go to my notes and say, okay, yeah, that's right. She has 3 kids, Joey, Janie, and Xavier. So when I call her and say, hey, Jane, how's it going? Hey, I'm great. How are you? Hey, good. Hey, how's the family? I know you got 3 kids, probably got your hands full with this homeschooling these days, right? You know, it's all about just remembering enough about them to keep that relationship building and to drive that mind share, right? So great question, Elise. Other questions, ahas, or things we can cover?
Did your Kelly app remind you that you needed to call me when we set me up on that?
She'll remind me tomorrow, I would guess. She'll put it on my task list.
So I don't have anyone set up on a dummy one, so I don't know this from personal experience, but my understanding of how that works is that when it prompts you to make the phone call, you can like make the call through the app. It'll give you the phone number and everything. And then when you make the call,
absolutely
it'll ask you if you had a conversation with them or left a message.
You absolutely can. That's right. And Elise, create a dummy contact and try all these things on yourself. I'm pretty sure you've heard me say that.
I know I was telling myself.
Yeah. What's up, Elise? What are you doing to? All right.
Jane Doe, she's just not on any smart plans.
That's okay. We'll get Jane Doe on some smart plans so you can see how they work. All right, guys, listen, I want to thank you all for taking time to show up this morning and learn about a piece of the technology and continue to improve your business, guys. The ones that show up through these next few months are the ones that are going to succeed next year. All right. Everything we do is 90 days out. We're coming to the end of the year. That doesn't mean look past what you've got going on right now, but it does mean if you didn't have the year you wanted, or you want the year you had to be even better next year, you got to start right now with your plans, with getting your contacts in order so that you really hit the ground running, right? So, be advised of that, and thank you for showing up. Margie says, thank you for the information. It's much appreciated. Margie, I appreciate you. You're a consistent shower-upper and participator, and we really appreciate that. So thank you to Miss Margie, Susan, Karen. I saw Mark on here, Uriah in person. We're going to continue to do these. We're going to pour into you. Remind your friends that are agents. If you hear somebody saying, well, I'm really struggling with all this, we'll ask them, well, have you been on the Friday morning? I mean, we've done Command every Friday morning for 9 months. So if they're not jumping on the trainings, they may be missing a big step that would help solve their problems. All right. So thank you, everyone. We will see you next Friday. Same bat time, same bat channel. Have a great weekend. Be safe, lead generate, and take command of your business. We'll see you guys.
Bye.